At Texas A&M University Commerce, we are committed to providing a personal educational experience for a diverse community of lifelong learners at an institution that is locally and globally engaged. Our selection of the QEP topic, Preparing Students for an Interconnected World, exemplifies that commitment. Our QEP focuses on cultivating an academic environment that promotes cultural awareness, engaged citizenship, and personal success that is not limited by location. Globalization and student success are two of A&M Commerce's guiding principles, but guiding principles without practice is not enough. The QEP, Preparing Students for an Interconnected World, aligns our university with those principles by putting into practice a strategic framework that will provide students with the skills they need to succeed in the international marketplace. The QEP programs will provide traditional and non-traditional learning opportunities, as well as the financial support that will allow students to traverse the boundaries of culture, politics, and place. And this is the kind of deliberate action that our university needs to ensure that our students are those who will go on to nurture partnerships to promote the intellectual, cultural, social, and economic vitality of Texas and beyond.
The more than 5-year planning process of the QEP has revealed that while global competence is essential, it has not been mastered at our university. The Global Competence Aptitude Assessments of a sample of A&M Commerce students displayed a significantly undeveloped level of external readiness when it comes to global competence. In other words, these students do not possess the proper level of global awareness, historical perspective, intercultural capability, and ability to collaborate across cultures to be as successful as possible in today's interconnected world. While scores for internal readiness, a measure of self-awareness, risk-taking, open-mindedness, and attentiveness to diversity, were higher, they fell below the percentile for developing and developed competence.
Global competence is critical to the success of our students. We meet with employers, advisory groups, and they continue to tell us that our students must be able to relate to and have an understanding of the world as it exists today. So many of our students come from rural Northeast Texas, many of whom have not even had experience in the Metroplex. And so to expect them to have a world that's expanded and all the functionalities that go with that is just critical.
It is paramount that we equip our students with the abilities and the understanding to engage in professional settings and also in personal settings with their counterparts throughout the world.
It is open to definition across every single discipline. It's a focus on global dynamics including issues, trends, processes, and systems, and which discipline doesn't include some global issue, trend, dynamic, or system. Global competence is measured by the Global Competence Aptitude Assessment in 8 different areas. Overall, we need students to graduate and be able to apply the knowledge that they've gleaned from these interdisciplinary studies.
Faculty and staff from the university's colleges, departments, and executive council formed our QEP committee in February 2008. This committee and many more university members have provided guidance for the core programs of the QEP, the Global Scholar and the Global Fellow programs. Students will take globalized courses, engage in campus activities and events that offer global perspectives, and take opportunities to travel internationally, working their way to Global Scholar status. Similarly, faculty and staff members seeking to become Global Fellows will teach global courses, coordinate travel, and develop and engage in global events and activities. Together, these programs will create an environment that continually encourages students' global learning. The programs will make it possible for students to demonstrate knowledge of the interconnectedness of global dynamics, to apply that knowledge, and to be able to view themselves as engaged citizens within an interconnected and diverse world. Achieving these 3 student learning outcomes will lead to increased global competence for our students and expanded alignment with the globalization and student success guiding principles of the university's strategic plan. Creating a globalized curriculum and an expectation for students to become engaged citizens and global leaders requires meeting those students at the front door, presenting them with the ideas of the QEP as soon as they arrive for their initial orientations, and continuing to share those ideas in the Freshman Success Seminars, where they will begin work on a vital part of the QEP for both their success and our assessment of it, the e-portfolio.
Freshman Success Seminar is not only a way of introducing the QEP early to our new students, it's also an opportunity to prepare students for their coming 4 years. And the nexus between Freshman Success Seminar and QEP is really about that word, preparing. Preparing students for an interconnected world goes hand in hand with preparing them about their mission here, what they want to accomplish in their lives, and in many cases introducing them to the idea that this world that they're going out into is much bigger than themselves, and that this future that they're looking at for themselves, oftentimes they've got blinders on about what the possibilities are. If we introduce that early, we are going to not just change this institution, but dramatically change its impact on people's lives, and that at the end is what the university is about. Portfolio is introduced to students in Freshman Success, and it becomes a thing, becomes a vehicle by which they can carry their experiences with them almost in sort of a suitcase, and then be able to deliver that at the end. We promote the e-portfolio as a way of making oneself more attractive to employers, but I think an important aspect of it as well is that it's a suitcase in which students can carry their college experience and have it to remember, have it to tie themselves back to this place, but also to constantly remind themselves of the bigger picture, the larger world, and their part in that interconnected world.
I feel that the QEP particularly relates to our college because really every department has potentially a direct involvement with the topic of globalization and getting students ready for an interconnected world. Every discipline in the college could not exist outside of a global perspective.
In our college, we work with people. We serve people, and we are there to deal with people. Anytime you're dealing with groups of people, you're dealing with cultures. You're dealing with a global perspective, and you're dealing with the need to help our students be prepared for a full world of differences. The QEP is all about preparing our students for that full world.
The STEM disciplines, science, technology, engineering, agriculture, mathematics, have always been international in nature. I mean, the fact that we're here on the planet right now is because of that internationality that's come with STEM disciplines. There's always been an open sharing.
I think that every aspect of being in an interconnected world and globalization is applicable to the business school. Every area within business, whether it be accounting, economics, finance, information systems, management, marketing, every aspect of it would be touched by the globalization that we're facing in the marketplace. So whether you're talking about sourcing of products, whether you're talking about competition, marketing, promotion, advertising, labor, all aspects of it are global in nature.
The work of preparing students for an interconnected world doesn't only take place in the classroom. It can't be done in a single required course or in a handful of electives. With the Global Scholar and Global Fellow programs, our QEP highlights chances for students, faculty, and staff to get involved with multicultural events and activities on campus, stepping away from the syllabus and right into the various ways of life represented in the diverse world of A&M Commerce. Offers the personalized experiences students can document in e-portfolios and recall for years to come.
But I can tell you story after story of students that I've seen 20 years past the time that can tell me almost verbatim what they did on a certain day when they were in London, or where they were in Paris, or whether they were in Italy, because it's still with them. It doesn't go away.
The initial implementation of the QEP, preparing students for an interconnected world, stretches out through the summer of 2019, the point by which we project that the freshmen introduced to the Global Scholar program this year will have graduated. Their global experience begins with orientation and this fall's Freshman Success Seminar, where they will begin their e-portfolios and initial GCAAs, activities that will continue for each incoming class of freshmen. Global Fellow selection will take place in the upcoming academic year. They will review the first round of Global Scholar applications in fall 2016 with the selection, recognition banquet, and award of travel scholarships happening that spring before those scholars travel in the summer of 2017. And upon graduation, Global Scholars will receive certificates, special stoles, distinction on the commencement program, and personalized letters of recommendation. The process of ensuring that the implementation of the QEP is successful is one that requires a funding commitment from A&M Commerce that responsibly allocates resources from many areas of the university to effectively execute the proposed programs while remaining aligned with the stewardship imperative of our strategic plan.
I'm very happy to say that to bring our quality enhancement plan to fruition, Texas A&M University Commerce has allocated close to $2 million to ensure that we will have the sufficient resources, human, physical, and digital resources, to make this plan a reality.
To coordinate the efforts and resources we're investing in our QEP, the President's Advisory Council will provide campus-wide cabinet-level leadership and an ongoing QEP committee of 2 faculty representatives from each of the 4 academic colleges, 4 representatives from non-academic areas, at least 4 student representatives, a chair, an associate chair, and a QEP director will be established. Additionally, QEP mentors from each college and the non-academic departments on A&M Commerce's main campus and representatives from A&M Commerce's other campus locations will collaborate to spearhead the improvement of our students' global competence.
I think when the students start understanding that the faculty and staff become very involved in it, then they will understand that that is the culture that this university is establishing, and hopefully just a few years from now that will become the norm within the university.
As the QEP, preparing students for an interconnected world, moves from plan to reality, achievement of its goals of developing students' global competence through the student learning outcomes, increasing students' global learning and participation in travel and study abroad by cultivating an environment that supports, encourages, and enables the QEP programs, and ensuring the effective and responsible leveraging of resources will be evaluated directly and indirectly.
When the A&M Commerce Quality Enhancement Plan is fully implemented, we will do an annual assessment, and that annual assessment will be formative in nature so that it continually is informing us about what's going right, what's going wrong, what do we need to do to make it better along the way. And so we will take a constant annual inventory and then be adjusting as we go throughout the next 5 years.
The important thing about globalization is that it is not a discrete goal in and of itself. It really informs each of the other guiding principles, so that when we talk about globalization, we are talking about globalizing the curriculum. We are talking about globalizing student experiences, globalizing our faculty, providing a wealth of diverse experiences for our students, faculty, and staff, so that they will be better equipped to become effective teachers, leaders, and employees in an interconnected world.